Thank you, Mr. President. Yeah, I'm not sure that your retirement makes me feel any younger. So I've known you since for quite a while. Of course, you graduated with my wife from UCLA Law School back in 1984, and I've had a chance to modestly participate in your career at times when I've gotten to work with you on issues, particularly when I was labor chair in the State Assembly. I have to say there are few, if any, people that have done more to defend Los Angeles' most important industry than you have. You've done an amazing job for all these years. So I just wanted to thank you for that. I'm sorry you retired. I wish you were around for a while longer, but you did a great job while you were there. And I'm glad we're recognizing you here today.
Thank you, Councilman Koretz. Thank you so much.
I will go in the back and take some photos. Thank you very much.
No, thank you. Bruce, take care.
Okay.
Let us move to item 20. Mr. Previn. I have item 20 held special by cards. Mr. Eric Previn. I don't see Mr. Previn. Let's prepare to vote on this item. Let's open the roll. Close the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
Let's go to item 22. Mr. Walsh, item 22.
John Walsh, blogging at HollywoodHighlands.org, or J. Walsh Confidential, tweeting at Hollywood Dems. Okay, another reward for hate-related vandalism at Palisades Charter High School. This is an award for $50,000. I just want you to know that if you kill a black man in this city, the reward posted is $25,000. But if you say something anti-Semitic on a wall, it's $50,000. I want every black person in this area to know that your life is half worth what a Jew's life is. And my grandmother was a Jew. It's worth half. They don't give a shit whether you live or die. HollywoodHighlands.org.
Okay, let's prepare to vote on this item. Let's open the roll. Is there another card on? I do not have another card on item 22. Let's prepare to vote. Let's open the roll. Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
And that item is received and filed.
Okay, now we'll move to item 13, Mr. Akala. Item 13, Juan Akala on item 13. Yes, sir.
Yes, item 13 is an item that we know as current item 13. And if he were not current item 13, I would not be talking about it as much as I am. If I were not talking about item 13, I'm sure the Speaker of the House or the Mayor or the City Attorney or any of them would say, stick to the item. But I am sticking to the item because the item is item 13. And item 13 has something to consideration of notion by Mr. Dawson. Where the hell is? Oh, there he is.
He is not talking about the item.
Yeah.
Okay, stay on the item one.
Isn't he Mr. Dawson? He's part of the item.
Stay on the item.
The item by Mr. Dawson is item 13, and I would like to speak about item 13 in particular, not in general. I don't know. Some days I am more inclined to talk about item number 12, but...
No, okay, you're off the subject. Thank you very much. The next speaker, I think Mr. Walsh, item 13. Please stop disrupting the meeting with your sheep sounds. Do it again, I will remove you, okay? Mr. Walsh? Not you, Mr. Kalla. That was directed to Mr. Herman.
John Walsh, blogging at HollywoodHighlands.org. Item 13. This is the city selling property to the public, and for a ridiculously low price. And why is the city declaring city-owned property at 710 East 111th Place as a surplus asset? That means it's worth nothing. That means I see no. I understand they're selling it for $1. And is the person who's buying this property, is that person a developer? Who wants this property? Believe me, developers just start putting money in their pockets, their office holder accounts, and they'll sell you any damn piece of property. They'll declare it a surplus asset. What makes it a surplus asset? What property isn't a surplus asset? And you don't even put the amount of money here.
Okay, let's prepare to vote on this item. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
Okay, we'll move to item 14. Mr. Previn. Mr. Akala, item 14. Mr. Akala, item 14. Mr. Akala passes. Mr. Walsh, item 14.
I pass.
Mr. Walsh passes. Let's prepare to vote on this item. You have disrupted the meeting again, Mr. Herman. The next time you'll be removed. Let's prepare to vote. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
Okay, now we'll go to item 25. Mr. Akala on item 25. Juan Akala, item 25. He passes. Mr. Previn, item 25. Mr. Herman, item 25. Item 25, Mr. Herman.
He's coming and going.
Motion by Harris, Dawson, and Price relative to installing street barriers, proceeding the empowerment of Congress north of the Neighborhood Development Council, March 20th and 16th. Now, whether or not empowerment Congress...
Mr. Herman, hold his time. When you guys speak loudly into the microphone, it bothers our translator. So stay on the subject and there'll be no loud hollering or what have you. So now you can return. No, Mr. Akala.
Within my 1 minute, sir, I'd like to address neighborhood development. It's the same as neighborhood councils who do an inefficient productivity project for anyone in their neighborhoods. So Mr. Dawson needs to stop the DUIs before he pushes.
You're off the subject. Thank you, Mr. Herman. Thank you. No, thank you. All right, let's prepare to vote on this item. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
Okay, Mr. Walsh, item 17.
John Walsh, tweeting at HollywoodHighlands.org, or blogging at HollywoodHighlands.org. Item 17. This, if you check it out, this is another reward, a reward off of the shooting death of Fabian Garcia that happened just a few weeks ago on January 29th. They're up to $50,000. I just want you to know that if you, shows you $50,000. If I go there and say, I know who wrote anti-Semitic things on a wall, you give me $50,000. If I go and tell you that I know who murdered Fabian Garcia, I get $50,000. And the gentleman you actually paid out a reward to the other day, the police commissioner said he didn't deserve the $75,000. So even if you do it, they try to keep the money away from you.
Mr. Herman, on this item. You know, and hold this time. You only need to fill out one card. So please, in the future, only fill out one card. You do not need to fill out three. Mr. Herman, the floor is yours.
Snitches get stitches. We're all aware of that. How many times have we brought this to the attention of our elected officials? Mr. Price is known in his area
Keep it down.
for a motion of ideas. Sir, would you please not interrupt me, Mr. City
No,
Attorney?
would you please keep it down? When you holler, it bothers our interpreters. I'm not going to have it. You want to speak?
So
Speak
within
into the
my 1
mic.
minute, as I proceed forward with the information regarding January 29, 2016, snitches get stitches. Don't report anything because these elected officials, all of them, all 14 minus one who runs a pimp poverty issue in the valley, is responsible
on the
for all the
subject.
shootings and killings.
All right, let's prepare to vote on this item. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
Okay, we'll move now to item 29. Mr. Akala. Item 29, Mr. Akala.
I am almost prepared. Item 29 has nothing to do with item 13.
You're off the subject.
Motion Boscaino Gregorian relative to the street vacation proceeding to vacate the alley northerly of Riverside Drive from Carpenter Avenue to approximately 135 feet westerly. Oh, God. I've been there. That place looks like shit. I've been there. I don't really like it. I don't know when the city is going to get around to fixing the city. This place stinks.
You're off the subject. Thank you,
No, I'm
Mr.
talking
Akala.
about this place that you're going to vacate. For what reason? Because it stinks. Isn't that the truth? I am talking about the vacation. By the way, you just came back from vacation, didn't you?
Thank you. You're off the subject. Okay, Mr. Herman, Mr. Walsh, please come forward. Item 29. Mr. Previn, if you're here, come forward as well. Item 29.
John Walsh, blogging at J. Walsh Confidential, tweeting at Hollywood Dems. We're now on item 29. This is another so-called street vacation. These are the alleys. The developers want the alleys. Why should we give them the alleys? I mean, so the gangs can hang out there? This is we are handing, a vacation means that they're not even paying for this. The developer isn't even paying the $1 relative to street vacation to vacate the alley northerly of Riverside Drive. This is in the valley from Carpenter to 135 feet westerly thereof. This is a deal. It's a corrupt deal. You give away our property. It belongs to me and you.
Okay, Mr. Herman. Start his time.
Now, when you give property away, usually there's a contract. And that contract pertains to the public interest. All of you who pay taxes, and to waive your agreement on that contract says that we are being bamboozled by the bamboozles who take your money, hardworking money, and give it to those of no interest, such as the interest I have here today. No interest. Because currently, Mr. Krikorian should know better.
You're off the subject.
The street vacation. I'm reading it off the fucking guidelines up there.
Okay, now you're off the subject. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's vote on this. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
Okay, and I want to acknowledge, and I apologize, kids, that you had to listen to this. We have a class here, Los Angeles Christian School, first graders on a field trip. They're studying social studies and learning. They're trying to learn how to be a good citizen. Thank you all for coming. Thank all of you young people for coming. All right, let's move forward to our next item, which is item 21. Let's get Mr. Previn. Mr. Walsh, please come forward. Mr. Walsh, you have 1 minute, I'm informed.
John Walsh, blogging at HollywoodHighlands.org. J. Walsh Confidential. This concerns Beechwood Canyon. Now, as we know, traffic enforcement is terrible there. People hang out there. They do drugs there. And now you're going to add traffic enforcement, but only during the spring break. I just want everyone to know in America, come to Hollywood, come to the Hollywood Hills. You can get away with any darn thing you want to do in Beechwood Canyon. Drugs, sex. You can harass the neighbors. They don't give a darn what's happening there. And now in Beechwood Canyon area, but just for show, during the spring break, they'll add one single 8-hour officer. That's all you're getting is one extra one, while thousands and thousands come there to party and commit crime in Beechwood Canyon.
Mr. Herman.
Mr. City Attorney, I'd like to address you whether or not there are multiple violations of the Brown Act here, and I suggest that you keep
You're not on
order.
the subject. Stay on the subject,
Now,
Mr. Herman.
Chair, there's an issue regarding how people park, where they park, and how they park with traffic-related issues of enforcement. And you know damn well that the city attorney is supposed to enforce an ordinance to protect ourselves from those who create traffic enforcement issues. And as long as there's animals and people in the street, this enforcement should be well respected in order to improve the quality of our life from the issues of programmatic access on our sidewalk and streets. Wiltz versus Los Angeles, Barden versus Sacramento. I waive my initial second. I keep 1 minute.
Thank you. Let's prepare to vote. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the...
12 ayes.
Thank you. Let's move to item 12. On item 12, I have Mr. Zumadog, Mr. Akala. Please come forward.
Herb, 10 years since the first Hootie Hoo, y'all, but let's keep it on topic. I'm here to talk about the rent escrow program. And if you are on this list today of rent escrow, I'd like to let you know that there's an FBI investigation into the LA Housing Department over this rent escrow program. They have interviewed city employees. They've interviewed people on the rent escrow program. Also, a Superior Court case that is currently in play. It's been pushed to May. That also may have implications. So I'd like to advise the city to definitely remove these properties off of the rent escrow. I would also advise to immediately suspend your rent escrow program due to the fact that the FBI is investigating through its interviewing of city employees of the housing department. That's very serious. Out of everything that I've discussed over my 10 years of Zumadog in City Hall, there's only one issue that the FBI has an ongoing investigation. That's why I'm focusing on it, and it is the housing department of this specific program, rent escrow. To repeat, if you are, and let me just read some of the properties. We have one on East 45th. We have another one on South Avenue 19. Check the lacity.org agenda. If you are one of these homeowners placed under, here's how it works. The city will come up to you and say, hey, you know, you got to mow your lawn. You got to fix this fence. You need to do a laundry room here. You got to do some improvement. The minute you can't pay, then they come in and put a lien on your property. Now, if you do comply, now here's why the city is in big trouble with the FBI over rent escrow.
Keep your voice down.
Because once you have taken care of it, the city has a bad habit of not following through on the paperwork of removing you off the lien, and then it goes through the process and you lose your house. We got a lot of people that have lost their properties due to flat-out mafia, racketeering, corruption at the most vile, disgusting level. You better stop this program. My name's Zumadog, Zumadog.com.
Thank you. Mr. Ocala, you have 1 minute.
1 minute is more than enough to tell you that everything the city does inconveniences the people. This rent escrow bullshit has to stop because it's also part of your lean program. That means you want to keep the people lean in their pockets, and you want to put that money in your pockets, which is kind of stupid. The federal government prints the money. Why don't you ask the money from the federal government and leave the people alone, you motherfuckers?
You're off the subject.
I'm not off the subject when I call you that because that's
You're
what
off
you
the
do
subject.
To the people.
Thank you, Mr. Ocala. Mr. Walsh? You just, Mr. City Attorney, this is the second time that I asked Mr. Ocala not to disrupt the meeting. Don't do it again, Juan, or you will be removed. Mr. Walsh is out of time. I'm sorry. Ms. McAllister.
Yes, I want to speak about these liens on people's houses. Now, I noticed in this agenda you took out item 1 where we would list all the houses that were on that were given new liens. Now, I don't like that, and I wrote a letter into the record. I object to that. We want to know what houses you put liens on. You took it out of the agenda.
Stay on this item.
This is the first time. Now, item 12, these are the liens that you said that people had liens removed. They paid the fines, and the liens were removed. This is fine, but we want to know who got the liens too. Now, also, these people in item 12 who had the liens removed, they had to pay 250%.
Okay, wait a second. Hold her time. Sergeants, we've got a disruption in the back. We have a man in a Klan uniform, costume in the back, and he's bothering other guests that we have in the council chamber. He's disrupting the meeting. Sorry about that, Ms. McAllister. But sergeants, please keep an eye on that. Yes, ma'am, the floor is yours.
Okay, so back to item 12. These are people who had the liens removed. They paid the fine. What I don't like is you have a 250% penalty that you're putting on people, and I'm sure that the people who paid off these fines, that money has been charged to them. I want that 250% taken down to 20%. We're here to help.
Get back on the subject, Ms. McAllister.
This is the subject. This is about the liens. Okay, I object to this lien process of 250.
It's not about the liens, Ms. McAllister. Stay on the subject.
Mr. President, you can't tell me
No,
what
you're off the subject.
This is about liens.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Herman, does he have any more time? 1 minute.
First Amendment, we're talking about rent escrow. How dare rent escrow being probed by the FBI in an investigation for deliberately stealing from the public, taking people from their homes and negotiating bad deals, bad business, bad local government. Peace to taking my picture. Now back on subject. We the people demand action that the FBI continue its investigation on Krikorian, our budget man,
Stay
and the
on
rent
the subject.
escrow. One in particular property located at 131 East Avenue. We downsized the CRA and all your redevelopment.
You're off the subject. Thank you
It
so
has to do
much,
with
Mr.
rent
Herman.
escrow.
Let us prepare to vote on this item. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
Mr. Cedillo, you want to take care of item 3 at this point?
Let me, as you can see, the chambers are full with tenants who are here to watch this historic moment. It's an incredible victory for both tenants and landlords because it's putting us in a position where we can make sure that the city is ensuring the habitability of units within the city of Los Angeles. This is a pilot project that we've been working on for a very, very long time. And again, I want to praise the work of my staff, Jen Rivera. I want to praise Jim Clark on behalf of AGLA. And I want to praise the tenants who, as I had mentioned in a previous meeting, have really stepped up and engaged the city, engaged the department, engaged the association, and really participated in earnest negotiations to get us to this point. We're at a point now that we're able to bring the parties together. They make agreements that they can both fulfill, and then we can move forward to ensure greater habitability for tenants in the city of Los Angeles. Before I ask for this to be voted on, I want to make sure that we inform the department that we've got one more meeting left between the tenants and the landlords, and that's simply to tweak a question of notice and waiver for the tenants with respect to this. What was happening was that in many instances we would ask the city to come and look at some damages at a facility, and some landlords, a small amount, would go and basically paint over. And it would look as if it had been resolved, and it hadn't been resolved. And there's what people refer to as Mickey Mouse repairs, and it was basically a fraud upon both the tenants and the city by some small percentage of landlords. And so we are fixing that today. And we are at the point after, as I said, over a year of negotiations and collaboration, at a point that we have a resolution. And so we're asking the department to have one last meeting. And with that, we are prepared to move forward and ask for an aye vote.
Okay, yep, Mr. Cedillo, that's great work. And you should be, the owners, the tenants should be commended. Mr. Harris Dawson.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. I just want to rise and thank Councilmember Cedillo so much for bringing people together. I see folks from ACE and LA CAN and a host of other organizations that represent renters and working people who live in the houses. And I also see representatives from the Apartment Owners Association. And so in a world where often we are pulled to pit angels against demons, good people against bad people, you've done the work to pull people together and come up with a solution that today everybody's here to support. So I think that's a real big deal, and you get props from us in CD8, and we're also join you in asking our colleagues for an aye vote.
All right, so Mr. Cedillo, on this item, why don't we open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
That is approved. Congratulations. Want to get, there was no need, public comment was already satisfied on that item. vote on reconsideration on item 12. Open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote. Mr. Hurd, is there a mark? Mark Hurd. Mark Hurd. Please come forward, sir. It was on item 12. Your card was misplaced. Sorry about that.